Hey, Defiraverse. My name is Loop.
And my name is Rob, and today we will give our opinion about the last AMA. So stay tuned for some nice alpha information. Let's go!
With Defira Fam, stay right where you are. This game has more addicts than Pablo Escobar with Defira Fam. Check out this awesome art. Like, subscribe, and let the party start.
Before we start off, guys, quick disclaimer. Nothing you will hear on this channel is financial advice, and always do your own research. Also, big shout out to our man Mason. Awesome job at hosting this AMA. We really enjoyed it. So without further ado, let's dive into the AMA.
And then coming up next week, we have planned our soul bonding and ascension feature. So this would allow you to level up your heroes. So when you level up the class, so you'll go from like class level 1 to class level 2, 3, 4, and up to 5. And you will see like stat increases, but also visual differences. And then we hope this is actually a very new mechanic that other GameFi projects or breeding systems don't have. So this is first in crypto, I guess. So we're very excited to release this feature next week. And hopefully this allows us to make our initial heroes like more accessible. So we can offer a lot of like low floor price heroes, but also have a higher cap and then control the inflation using our soul bonding and ascension. So we're very excited to launch that next week. And also next week we want to launch a MVP marketplace. So we're still working on the subgraph to index all our heroes for the search and filtering for the marketplace. But that's not going to be ready next week. So our marketplace next week is going to be lacking some core features, but still usable. So we'll allow you to list your heroes and then look at listings and buy and sell heroes. But it won't have like advanced filters, like filter by class or generation or race. So that'll come after the MVP launch.
Yeah, so I think this will be a very cool feature. So they talked about Ascension of Heroes in this clip. And I think this is a really good burn mechanic to burn a lot of heroes. What do you think about it, Luke?
It's great, man. I'm also really glad the team is releasing the marketplace next week and not waiting for it to be perfect. So people just want to see in one eye catch, see what the hero is all about, the stats, and not want to look up the hero ID in-game and then buy them on Tofu NFT, I believe. It's the only one you can buy now. So I'm really glad we will have an integrated marketplace in a week.
Yeah, really cool to see what the Ascended heroes will look like. I think they will be super cool.
Yeah, from what I've seen so far, they will be amazing artwork-wise.
So, and then organization-wise, we've onboarded one new developer based in Brazil, and he's been very, very productive. So he's joined in only a couple weeks ago, but he's already been delivering a lot of good features for us. So including like the percentage toggle in the swap that you've seen. And we're going to have another dev joining us next week, and more throughout the next coming weeks and months. So we're really expanding our dev team, and going forward, we're also looking to try to hire like really motivated developers from our community and in the crypto space. So we are ramping up our development team really fast to deliver on our roadmap, and this also includes hiring game devs as well.
Yeah, really nice to hear that they will hire some new developers.
I think it's great, man. The focus on just building the best product has always been a plus on their team side. And I think it's cool they're going to hire community members. So if you're a community developer and you want to contribute to Fira, make sure to let them know.
So we also announced that we're planning to burn 50% of our proceeds from the Genesis Hero mint. So and then this goes to more of the sustainability. So in our view, right now it's not the best market, as everyone knows. So what we're prioritizing is that we're trying to like reduce some of the spend on marketing and just but increase our spend in development. So rather than market right now, it's just going to be very hard since there's a lack of interest. And you can even see this in our live audience today, right? I think before in our AMA, there's going to be a lot more people in the audience than today. And you can also see this in our like the amount of people that engage in our Twitter posts and like Discord announcements. So it's just a general like lack of attention to crypto due to the market conditions. So what we're prioritizing is to invest less in the marketing, but we did manage to have a very successful Genesis Hero Mint partnering with the Harmony core team. So they actually gave us a lot of support in the marketing, and then I think Mason also spent a lot of time doing the marketing, so that's also very appreciated. Going forward, we'll still keep the marketing up, but we think it's just better use of resources to spend the resources to develop new features, say like gameplay, and like more utilities for heroes and more types of NFTs like airships. And then once we have these features out and we're in a more mature state, and then maybe like say this could be like a quarter, 2 quarters out. If the market condition is better, then we can start investing more in marketing. So
All right, I think they discussed 2 topics here, Loop. So one is the Genesis Mint, because they announced they will burn 50% of the tokens.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. 50% of their revenue from the Genesis Hero Mint. I think it's a great gesture toward the community, and yeah, just makes me more bullish on them. But the news about marketing, I'm not sure. What do you think about that?
I have mixed feelings about it because, yeah, of course, it can cost a lot of money to market a product, and they don't have a complete product to market yet. However, to sustain through the bear market, I think it would be wise to still try to continue marketing what they currently have.
Yeah, I agree. I think he means they will not scale up marketing, and I can
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
But because he says there's no little interest in crypto, but there is still interest in crypto,
Yeah.
and I think skipping all that time, just not really tuning up marketing, could be a mistake because
Yeah.
there's less competition now, content-wise as well. So I think it might be a good idea to bring out some more content,
Yeah.
commercials, whatever.
Some
But
hard
indeed,
rock Nick memes, huh?
please no. But well,
But hey, they got us for marketing now, right? So no
yeah, free
worries,
marketing,
no worries.
baby.
No, but to conclude, I think the 50% burn. Yeah, I mean it's one of the reasons I invested in this project because I fully trust the development team.
They're just good guys.
Yeah.
Really good
Yeah.
job.
at least we want to turn down some of the token emissions just to make the development more sustainable. So and then maybe increase the emissions once we're ready to be in a more like market focused mode.
I think this is very logical.
Yeah, I think it's logical as well. During a bear market, you don't want to have super high inflation.
No.
It's
I mean,
fair.
we all love those juicy rewards, of course, but
But not a lot of people are looking at the moment to just get in and yield farm a lot.
Yeah.
People hold their USD and just wait for
Yeah.
maybe a bigger dip.
Yeah.
So I think it's good. And then they scale it up when the bull market hits to attract more of the new inflow of money. I think it's a good idea.
And in my opinion, not financial advice, but it's one of the best times to step into such a project, I think.
Yeah, if you start dollar cost averaging now, it could be a good investment in a while.
Yeah.
For sure, we're going to publish in our documentations all the mechanics about the hero. We've just been very busy, but that's going to be in our roadmap and definitely going to be published next week. So this would include information about, let's say, our hero classes and how it affects the stats, and also about the rarity. So
Awesome.
and also about the rarity. So in a high level, the rarity does affect the stats. So we have CB, A, S, and SS. So the higher the rarity, the stronger your hero would be. And also, when you do the wishing ritual, the rarity of the parents would affect the chances of rarity of the child. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
that
logical, I think.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So we actually do have a gene system. So this is inspired by other breeding systems like crypto kittens or Axie Infinity. So actually, like your race and your class is a good example. So if you wish using, like, say, two Zaru heroes, there's a very high chance that the child would also be a Zaru, but it's not 100% because of recessive genes. So if the parents, so all the heroes would have the recessive genes from their parents, except for Gen Zero. So there is a chance that if you're wishing um, that the recessive gene might actually become like dominant and end up in your in the new child hero.
Yeah, so this is basically what we had in one of our last videos, that we wished with 2 elves and we received an Inu. And apparently that's a really low chance. But good to hear.
All right, and I guess in addition to the cooldown period, the 900 second wait time. Other people were mentioning that some people actually really liked it. Some people found it a bit too long. I guess what was the rationale behind the 900 second wait time after the wishing ritual is complete?
Right. So this is actually for technical reasons. So we use something called commit and reveal. So in the blockchain, you can't just like, if you have randomness, you can't just do it in the same transaction. I think there was a project on Harmony that got exploited because they didn't do the commit reveal pattern. So if you don't do it, people can just submit transactions and then revert the transactions if they don't get the right results. So the reason why you need a cooldown time is because once you submit, you can't like reverse it. And to reveal the result, you need to wait a certain period. And the amount of period you wait for is actually just like a parameter that we can control. We decided on a 900 second. It's just more a conservative number for the most randomness. Like if we reduce it, we can reduce this time. It'll just be easier to it'll just be less random, or the randomness generation would be just weaker, or the guarantees would be weaker. One other thing is I think other GameFi projects in Harmony, they use the native VRF function that Harmony has, so they can get a bit lower than what we're using. But we're not using the native VRF function because we want to have our code be scalable to Chronos as well. So Chronos doesn't have the native VRF. So we made our custom system, and because of that, just due to gas costs, so it's not an issue on Harmony right now because the gas is a lot cheaper, but it would be an issue on Chronos. So just because of these considerations, and to make sure that our Chronos wishing time is kind of similar to Harmony wishing time, we decided to just take a conservative 900 second wait. If this is a bad user experience, we're definitely open to reevaluate.
Yeah, well, the 900-second timer really messed up our live streams because we had the idea to live stream our wishes daily. But yeah, what do you think, Luke?
That would have taken hours this way.
Yeah.
And I didn't really understand why they did it. At first, I thought it was to counter hero inflation, so less heroes will be minted faster. But now with this explanation, yeah, I get it, and I guess it's fair enough.
I mean, we're not tech guys, but it seems obvious.
We trust Dylan.
Moving on to the next question here. I'm curious about the hero cosmetics. Will we have secret cosmetics and tiers of cosmetics when we wish for new heroes? For example, if we combine one hairstyle with another hairstyle, will there be an upgraded tier for the next hairstyle, which then creates new hairstyles when combined with others itself? Or maybe some sort of secret, very rare cosmetics to only get a certain way with combining certain styles of cosmetics. If you can elaborate more on that, that'd be awesome.
This is an interesting question. So we definitely don't have secret hairstyles implemented right now, but we could implement it in the future. We have a lot of gene slots that we're not using. So if this is something that community demands, our model would support it.
So, what hairstyles do
Well,
we like?
well, that's a shame, but yeah, better spend them developing time on something else, I guess.
Yeah.
But maybe to something to lose the Karen haircuts wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah, these are just plain awful, I think. All right.
The thing that we're thinking right now for cosmetics is more as new NFT items. So imagine you'll have like a hat for your Inu instead of like breeding for a new hairstyle. And then you can get this hat from a loot box, and then you can have different types of hats for different races. We're kind of inspired by TF2 here. So I guess in general, our direction is thinking instead of getting these new secret hairstyles from the breeding system, we get it from you can like get it from these loot boxes, and they're separate NFTs.
Yeah, really appreciate that answer. I just an aside as well. There was a fan base mining proposal. I cannot remember who actually submitted it, so I apologize in advance. But they were talking about something along the lines of sort of like a 1 day only or very very limited release of cosmetic NFTs that you can dress your hero with, or perhaps or perhaps other like limited release seasonal sort of items that you can dress your hero with, and maybe those have use cases in game. I'm wondering what you think about that particularly, because I really enjoyed that fan base mining proposal.
No, I love that idea. So I think that's actually inspired by mobile games. So if you actually look at the newest mobile games, or the ones that
Yeah, I think we know which fan-based mining that is, don't
I
we?
think pretty good idea as well.
Yeah, it's a really good idea. No,
That was that YouTube channel that did that, right?
yeah.
Yeah, Mason, awesome that you mentioned our fan base mining submission. Glad you like it. And glad Criminal likes it as well.
And let's
Really
hope
good.
they implement it, right?
That will be awesome. That will really be awesome.
Okay, just going to share some alpha. We're planning to merge the Mimas community into this Defira Discord server. So we'll have one Discord server going forward, and then we're going to start distributing Fira through the locked Mima staking pool very, very soon, like in 1 week or 2 weeks. We're actively working on the code to enable Chronos. And to deploy on Chronos. So we have a new developer joining next week who's going to be dedicated full time on this. And then we do have the grant from the Particle B, the official Chronos ecosystem foundation, and we're very very excited to expand in Chronos. So if you're not,
all right, let's do a quick cut here. They talked about the grant on Chronos, and I mean the launch on Chronos will be insane.
Yeah, Rob, you had some juicy inside information on that, right?
Yes, I did. So I think the speculation is that the grant on Chronos at least is a few $1 million. So and the Chronos team will help marketing the product as well. So that's really really big news.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing about the Chronos chain is their marketing. It's awesome.
Yeah.
We do want to launch it with just more than like the farm that we did back in March. So we ideally want to launch it with the game world, our heroes, wishing, ascension, and hero jobs, and a marketplace. So basically everything that we've been building in the past few months on Harmony, we want to launch it right away on Chronos. And
wow. That's huge, man. They will launch every utility there it is right away on Chronos.
Yeah, I'm really happy for my Chromies out there.
Yeah.
That's awesome for them. They will instantly launch everything so they can directly have a use case for Fira. I'm really curious on to see what effect it will have on the Fira on Harmony.
Well, for sure.
We've described a lot of it in our in the Medium article that we posted. But one thing that we didn't add was that we want to emphasize so your heroes have the HP and MP, and they're more like resources, like stats that's more dynamic. They can like change and increase. So we really want to tie the HP and MP system into our job. So one example is that we have this monster slaying job where you can say earn Fira and strength rewards with your hero. But it's not just going to be that simple. Like there's a lot of we want to also make sure that you're engaged with the game, so there's more HP management involved. And same with like the S-Sphere unsealing. There's going to be MP management involved. And we also want to introduce these items. We're going to call them Fira fruits. That's also going to be related to the fruit picking job that we described in the article. That's going to loop back into the HP and MP system. So we're going to have more details on that going forward as well.
Yeah, well, that is some juicy alpha, guys.
Yeah.
We created this job guide earlier. Well, we kind of have to update it now because they released this new information. Guard duty will give you Fira and Trank. So I think the Zardu warriors will just increase in price now since it will be the best. And they also released a mechanic for fruit pricking. So you can increase your MP, and most probably HP, to do more jobs. So I think that's really cool. What do you think, Rob?
Yeah, same. I mean, super exciting for the game, man. I just want to start right now. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, no, that's gonna wait as well.
It's good to be back. I guess my main question is, like, will there be advanced classes or races? For example, I know there's been a rumored Centaur, and I've been really curious if we could get like a quick leak, or just DM me what the race pairing is for a Centaur,
We don't actually have any advanced class mechanics currently, so we're going to draw Ascension. So if you want advanced, like we have class levels, right? So a knight level 1 is different from a knight level 3 or 4. So we hope this is an alternative to advanced classes. So the Centaur is very interesting. That was our art for the Phantom map, to have unique classes for the Phantom map where we like combine your heroes with like monsters. And some unique mechanics. We're not sure if we still want to launch on Phantom given the market conditions. So definitely stay tuned on that one.
I think we've all been rickrolled. I mean, I've also posted pictures of the like Dragon Inu. Like we all thought it was an advanced class, but apparently this is non-existent.
Not on this chain. Who knows in the future? They did do the work, so maybe we'll see it around somewhere.
Yeah, and
But
I mean, no launch on the Phantom chain. What do you think about that?
Yeah, market conditions don't tell me that much.
Yeah.
I follow Phantom at all, so I have no idea what's going on there at
Same.
this moment. But if Krillin says it, I'll believe him, I guess.
As far as the GameFi goes, what type of earnings potential is there for the people who get in with just the base character and want to use it for play to earn?
Thanks for the question. So I think I've said this before in a previous AMA. We don't market ourselves as play to earn, and that's intentional. In my opinion, I think the current play to earn system is kind of non-sustainable. If you look at all the current play to earn games like
Right.
Axie or Krabata, it's and now like the GMT or Steppen, it's basically like a non-sustainable system at the end of the day. So something like DeFi Kingdoms isn't really play to earn. They're more like GameFi or Metaverse. And if you also something like
Right.
Sandbox, and we're more like focused on being like a Metaverse, and focusing on play to earn. So we would definitely have ways for you to like earn with your heroes with a hero job, but they're not going to be like just because you have a hero you're going to earn stuff, right? They're going to have more involved mechanics, so you may or may not earn depending on how other people act. So like our hero quest with a game theory is a good example. But ultimately, the more sustainable thing that we want to encourage is if you think about actually like, I'm going to go on another rant. But if you think about Bitcoin, like why do people value Bitcoin? Because it's a store of value.
Okay, I think we will cut it here. So basically what he's saying is that the direction is not play to earn. What do you think about it?
I think that's the best idea. Play to earn, pure play to earn, is not sustainable. It's pretty much like some sort of pyramid scheme where new money has to come in all the time to buy up all the NFTs and produce more value. And no game, not even the best games I know, can do that over a longer period of time. So
Yeah.
I think it's a very good idea to step away from play to earn and not focus on that as that much.
Yeah, and I agree for 100%. I mean, it's also another one of the main reasons I invested in this project. So I think the devs are like humble, not greedy, and the direction is not play to earn, but actually make a game which is really good. So people actually want to come in, play the game, and maybe earn something on the side.
Yeah, and another thing is people play to skip part of the grind. So that pretty much means someone else has to do that grind for you, and you don't want to do it yourself, which means the grind has to be boring as shit. And yeah, no one enjoys that, I guess.
Not me for sure. Been grinding way too much. I'm done with that.
If you can somehow have shared ownership of your land with like people in a guild, then now you have like a sense of shared ownership, and it's like and because there's a lot of people like in a community that values the same piece of land and the same like piece of the state, that creates like natural like value.
Yeah, very important information here, guys.
Yeah, I think it's cool to be seeing what they exactly mean by cone-owned land within guilds. And I'm not sure how they want to do it, but it's something new again. They bring something new again, and
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, and I mean, it's one of the reasons why we started the guild, because, yeah, as you just heard, it's going to be very valuable to enter a guild, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be crucial for the game to be part of a good, sustainable, well-organized guild that actually has players active contributing to the guild. So I guess this is a good time to plug our guild chat.
The
Join the
Defira
Defira
Fam.
Oh yeah, join the Defira Fam, guys. Link will be in the description. We're all there welcoming you. Can't wait to see you there.
But until that's figured out, DeFi is kind of in like it's kind of like in a uncertain area right now where no one really knows what it's going to be used for. So until that's figured out, I think our main goal is to focus on the game. Like I said for the previous question, like Web3 gaming is going to be completely different from existing games, and we want to figure out the right mechanics and experiment with the right mechanics, and to like kind of create more of these intrinsic value of ownership.
All right, yeah, I think that's good to just focus on the game, right?
Yeah, for short term, just focus on the game. Make sure people enjoy interacting with the game, and then of course go back to the money market. I still think has a lot of potential, just being a good money market. But sure, focus on the game for now. That's fine. Okay, guys, and that concludes our recap of last day's AMA. We hope you guys enjoyed it. We just took the information we found valuable, got them together to make it more accessible for you guys. If you want to watch the whole stream, link will be down in the description. And guys, don't forget, in last video, we announced that we'll be doing a Generation 1 hero giveaway. So if you want to have a chance on that, check the previous video, and also the link will be in the description. Thank you for watching, and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Give me Fira, papi.